What did I do wrong right there? And completely micromanaging himself. Just, what did I do there? Can I do it again? It's like, no, dude, just play right now, and you'll get better with the reps. But he wanted to be, you could see it in him at that time. He just wanted to get better. And you can't hate that as a coach. You really can't. So, and I'm glad that he's coming back to us, and we got a little time to groom him, and we'll tell him a few things that he's not doing well and what he can do. So that person, Pierce. And by the way, you can't guard me. You can't guard me. You can't guard me. You can't guard me, Pierce. I got old man game. I got old man in the park. I got old man in the park game, dude. They don't know. Hey, all the dads here know. They don't know. One shoulder to the gut, bruh. Huh?
Charge.
Where's breath?
Charge.
Where's breath?
Right here.
My next person. He was a hard dude to read, because half the time I thought he was scared of me. But then he came with a little fire and a little attitude towards the end of the season. I'm like, okay, well I guess he's just learning. And he made some big saves and some big defensive plays at the end of the year. Emmett, come up here. I know now, bro. That's what I said. I know. I'm kind of scared of you. This dude, I'm gonna have to watch this dude, because this dude is something else. He's one of those guys that keeps me laughing. I had to get on his case about focus a couple times. But I think he's gonna be something special moving forward. And he's gonna have to be, because he's the only one of his position coming back. So Christopher, come up here. This dude, I love this dude to death. Just because of him being new to the game, and he was so wide-eyed about everything. Everything was just, wow, okay, oh, wow. Oh. And I got to watch him play, because for some of you parents that weren't in the program last year when we had the whole grass volleyball / indoor volleyball / craziness, he came out and played, and he was on the right side, and I watched that dude swing a couple times and went, ooh, a new toy. And because he showed the potential right then and there to be special. And I think he took a giant step in realizing his potential in that dang Southern California regional match, because he played against some of the best players in SoCal, and they were talking about this dude. Like, they came to me, who is number 15? So that was good stuff. And we got one more go round together. Hopefully we can get you,
I think so.
you know, thinking more about setting the ball than kicking the ball, but we'll see. Here, James, come get it. By the way, in case you didn't notice, I'm doing these in grade order. So, here's another junior. And this dude, man, I've known this dude since he was 9, 8?
Yeah, like 8 or 7.
Somewhere in there? Yeah. Man. And I used to always walk in, he was always smiling, he was a little kid. I'd walk up to him and go, what up, Blake? And Blake would just look at me like, dude, you're weird. What's wrong with you? But it's a tradition. I've coached all of your siblings at some point, huh? How does your family put up with me?
Love you, Carlos.
He was our quarterback. He was our engine. He made it go. Players with that much ability, and I'm going to say that about a couple other players here too, it's very easy to big time a coach. You know, be like, yeah, whatever, I'm going to do my thing. Never did he do that. Never. I'd say, I need this. He'd go, oh yeah, okay, I like that. And he'd come back out and execute. So I appreciate that, and that willingness to try it and do what I asked you to do. Come on, Blake. this first old person, our setter, played DS, worked his butt off. Just don't get a boy the uniform. But he was always there giving an effort and was always enthusiastic. And I appreciate that about him. Ben, come on up here. Sir. Thank you, Ben. Our next player really turned the corner for me when we started practicing toward the end of the season for playoffs and things of that nature. And Gus would go up and just annihilate a ball angle. And he'd be standing in the angle, and he'd pop. I'm like, whoa, he did that like 6 times. And I was like, wow, somebody grew up. And turned into a pretty good defensive player. And how many times did I put him in games and have him close out games serving or being reliable? I mean, and after, and that to see that kind of development and the work ethic. Vinny, come up here.
All right, Vinny.
This dude, another person where all their whole family, I've known their whole family. I'm gonna just say it. He's kind of one of my favorites because of the Eagles fan, and so is that guy. So you know, we Eagles fans, we bleed green, we ride together.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I mean, it would have been really nice if we could have kept him healthy, because I think, but kudos to Chris for coming in and stepping in that role. But I wish we would have kept him healthy, and I wish he'd been able to finish out that last game, because I really wanted to see him finish out that last game for his senior year. But he turned into a weapon. The Redondo tournament was a coming out party for that dude. Yep. He put in some work at that tournament. Come on up here, right? Fly, Eagles, fly. The reason I laugh is because there's certain people that bring up certain memories, and this dude brings up a memory because of Dustin, because Coach Warpaint. Because Coach Warpaint was devastated when this dude got hurt, and I hadn't really had that much of the interactions with him, but just know you got a big fan in that dude, because when he got hurt that year, he was like, what are we gonna do? And I kind of understand now why, because he's a great kid, and he had a great season, and he was another one that when he started to develop and balance us out, you know, we weren't a 2-horse show. It wasn't a two-horse show with our offense. We had options elsewhere. He turned his team into something special. That's Hunter Martinez. You got ratted out. Somebody told me what you said about him. Yeah, you got ratted out. He told somebody that I was always so hard on him. Why is he always so hard on me? And it's true, I rode this dude. Why did I do that?
You saw my true
Yes.
potential.
Yes. Nobody, I wish sometimes that you could see yourself the way I see and the potential you have. And that's when you were a freshman, before you decided to go and on your European hiatus. I was just, yeah, and then you came back all grown. You were really something special in transition this year, and you were a special weapon. Everybody was talking about you every step of the way. Come on up here, Matisse. I say this dude because I got a small, short, quick story about this dude. When he was a freshman, he really wanted to make that varsity. He really wanted to make that varsity. And he was salty with me about not putting him there. Almost as salty as his parents. And the thing that I wanted him to do is I wanted him to be the big dog and not just hang out behind those other cats. Just for me. And I felt like that would help him develop as a player and as a leader and as a person. One day, somebody tells me that Mr. Wibblesman is in the Palisades. You remember this? Messing around instead of being in practice. Remember that? And you came up to me, and this is when I knew you were going to be all right. You came up to me, and I called you on it, and you owned it. You didn't lie about it. You didn't try to tap dance around it. You owned it. So yeah, I did it. And in the next breath, you went, it won't happen again. And it never did.
All right.
And I love the fire that you show. And you were another person. Now, for you, more in that championship game, you were best player on the floor in that game. And they couldn't do anything with me. And it was a sight to behold. And when we won that championship, I knew I had made that right decision your freshman year. So, come on up here, good. All right, my last two awards, I gave out a most improved and I gave out a coach's award. My awards, I don't like giving out MVPs and things of that nature in volleyball. It is one of the most cooperative sports you will ever play as an athlete. You could have somebody like James jump out the gym, but if you don't have Blake that can get James the ball where James needs the ball, he just jumps. So I firmly don't believe in MVPs. Just like I firmly believe in one program, not two teams. That is something that I believe. And I will go to the sweet beyond with that philosophy. And since they've entrusted me with this program, that's the way I'm going to run it. Improvement is one of the most important facets of being a player. And I felt, again, to reiterate, when this individual came into his own, he turned us into a complete team. And that's Hunter Martinez. And lastly, my coach's award doesn't have to be the most talented player, doesn't have to be the player that's on the court all the time. It's the player that you believe exhibits the qualities as a coach that you love to see. I could have given out 14 this year. But one individual, and he took a lot of grief from me. And he responded and in a limited role, got done what he needed to get done. And I'm so proud of his development, and that was Vinny.
Yes, sir.
Okay, really quick, the All-League honors and the All-City honors have not been posted. I know them. They have not been posted, okay? All-League, I will save and let that be posted. I want to honor the All-City guys now because I believe that they deserve to be honored now. you get slots and you nominate players and coaches then vote on said players. And so, but you get a few numbers and number of slots. And in case you didn't notice, we did pretty well, so we got a few slots. We got one second team slot, and that second team slot went to Mr. Hunter Martinez. The first team slots, the first team slot went to Mr. James Rockwell. And then I had some trepidation. Not this one coming up, but this was the ultimate, I called it the automatic slide out by the end of the year. The other first team slot, well actually, but another first team slot went to Mr. Matisse Lee Barrett. And then it came down to one more slot in the MVP. And you're not gonna believe what happened. We ended up with co-city section MVPs, Mr. Gus Wibblesman. Now, me being the person that I am about my kids, I just want to say something. Dude, had you been healthy, there's no way that it kept you off. And that part of it kind of bugged. Now, I know you're like, but it bugged me. It bugged me